All right, here we go. Gonna draw some more. Well, yeah, criminal, sort of, in some areas. It's certainly in one, a murderer and a woman of the night. Or it could be during the day. Just, whatever. So let's see if the camera works. And it does. That's good. So I don't know what the problem is. It's these other, like with StreamYard, it never had any problem with the cameras I have. But now a lot of people want to use these other platforms of the streams that I appear on. And it just doesn't like my camera. And, it was nearly 30 minutes of me trying to figure out. It would come on. Okay, good to go. Then bloop, it would go off again. And so at the very last, I'm like, well, okay, maybe I'll switch out the camera. And it likes the other camera. They're the same brand. I don't, whatever. And then I thought maybe it's the camera. It's breaking down. It is older than the other one. And so I switched it out to see if well, I already got the other one taken down. So let's see if I can hook it up for the drawing stream. And bloop, there it is. It's fine. Go figure. Now I'm wondering, because occasionally on Pat's show, I would pop on the other one and draw while he's playing the piano and stuff. I don't know if we're going to be doing it like that, where it's going to be concentrated on these news stories. And, but, you can still take some songs here and there and do that. So I guess maybe I could just have it ready to go and switch in and out of the cameras, provided it'll work. And then I could just do a few sketches during the show while he plays the piano for some requests. So I guess we'll see. But now this is just Rumble Studio I'm using, so it may not work at all for the other one. But I don't know. I just thought it was odd. Yeah, And I mean, other times I just thought, well, and again, I can't use the background or nothing like that on the streaming platform that Pat's using. It doesn't like that. It'll either just really mess it up, or it'll just cut me out completely. so, well, why bother? So I don't know. So others, it's fine. It's not the greatest in the world, but it'll work. But I don't know. So all right. So there's this guy who murdered 2 girlfriends, and then kept them in storage. Which, as I stipulated in the discussion, was I would have thought his intent was to get rid of the girlfriends, but then he kept them. Well, love's strange, isn't it? You get attached, and I guess he had a hard time letting go. But in the end, it did him in, because people started noticing the smell. And hey, I don't like that stench. And he said, well, go fuck yourself or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's suspicious. So eventually the police get involved. They're like, hey, look, there's a lot of blood around here. And whoops. And this led to the storage. And oh, good Lord, there's body parts and everything in there. What's this all about? No, actually, he resisted, started a fire. I guess he thought, oh, maybe now's a good time to burn up all the evidence, No, it wasn't a good time. It was really too late. And so the SWAT team went in there. And from looking at his mugshot, they probably gave him a good whooping. And, he had it coming. He's a piece of shit. But, hey, you don't know what that girl was like. And well, look, she's dead. So, I mean, she can't defend herself here. So, well, they got to the storage. They found the girlfriend's remains in there. Uh, she had dismembered her, and but still, I don't know if they could tell from the markings or if her hands were still tied, even though she was in pieces. I don't know. But that's what he did. Well, while searching the storage fields and evidence, they go, "Oh crap! Look, there's another woman in here." And turns out his previous girlfriend was also missing. I guess no one really inquired about her. I don't know. Uh, and so this is just something he does, when your relationship sours, and now they questioned him about the second one, and he almost had a chance to say, well, that one was an accident, and that he hit her with his knee, and I don't know, I guess she fell and hit her head and died. He could have said, hey, that one was an accident, but like, hey, that was easy. Store that for later. And then the relationship goes south with the new girlfriend, and you know what? But not the sharpest knife in the drawer, he's pretty kind of stupid. But so no, he just flat out says, yeah, killed her too. But I don't know, some sort of argument. The second girlfriend was wanting to, because apparently I guess the property wasn't his, it was hers. And she wanted him out. And so he's like, well, he didn't want to leave. So I don't know. Seems like and this, I think he had him in there for a couple of years, as I recall. Nobody seems to have taken too much interest in the family of the second girl, or lady. They were wondering, hey, I wonder where she is. And eventually, like, oh, yeah. And then, of course, the neighbors say, man, something stinks. And he's just like, mind your own business. Well, he tried to cover it up with lime and all that, but no. But anyway, several years involved in this. Well, several, I mean, a couple here and there. And you got a problem there, right? But I don't know. He still had something of an attachment. And just couldn't let them go. No. Let's see. Yeah, that's just Bruce. I guess they hit him here and there. It's a little stretched out here because of the angle at which I have to draw these. I'm always going to mention it because it's true. It's not going to be as good because I got this camera in the way. I always have an excuse. Even better because, again, it's true. Oh, yes. All right. We'll get through this idiot, and then we'll move on to the whore. Yeah. Who has an interesting philosophy on cheating. Just that it apparently doesn't really exist, I guess. Or that men never cheat because it's not about love, just about bug. So, as long as it doesn't get serious, I guess she is of the opinion that it's perfectly fine. And of course, she has to consider her trade, which is prostitution. Well, more on her later. We got to draw Mr. Devil Ear here. He does have devil ears. They are pointy, which that should have been your first clue. I don't know. I guess the girls thought he was interesting or something. Well, we all know what curiosity did to the cat. That's right. I don't guess he suffered any burns when he set the place on fire. Might not have been that impressive of a fire. Probably couldn't even do that right. There's a lot here to really question the intelligence. You know? But it does go back to the if it was the girlfriend's property, why did because the uh, what is it, the whole the apartment manager showed up to hey your place stinks. He said, get the hell out of here, mind your own business. Oh, gee. Uh, but it's like, hey, wait a minute, where's the lady who actually signed the lease or whatever? It's like, yeah, whatever, as long as the guy kept paying. He didn't. Guess no one really gave a crap. They only did when it began to smell. So he has a mustache, so we'll put that in there. It's the mustache. Then, I don't know, left a few there, a few down here, and that's the extent of his facial hair style. And you got to understand these mugshots, you know, not at their best. You know, I didn't plan on going to jail that day. Although, considering what he's done, well, and he did plead guilty, so yeah, he did it. uh, he should have. See, you got to be when you realize you're guilty of sin. You know the police could show up, so always prepare to look your best. This should be a priority concern sooner or later. But not always. There's crimes that never got solved. It's just perhaps the killer was caught for some other crime and no one ever figured out that he's the one who did the other one. You know, that kind of thing. Which, you know, I mean, maybe someone should check up on how many girlfriends did this guy have over the years and where are they? I mean, I assume they did a thorough search of the premises. And now that's it. It's just the two. All right. Whoop. Here we are. You're all set. Now you have your portrait. And all you had to do was commit 2 murders. Yeah. Now there. See, I hate it when it slides down. I can't see it while I'm doing it. It's embarrassing. All right, I guess, well, I'll erase this before I move on to Miss Cortez. Let's see here. Hey, Thompson. Oh, here we go. That's right, Thompson. Hey, Thompson. Terrible news, Doug. You mean about the murders? Well, yeah, it usually is. I don't know about the prostitute story just yet. I mean, eventually she'll come to the, oh God, I made a mistake. And what are you going to do? You know? I don't know. Maybe she'll dye her hair and get a new name, and no one will ever know. And then suddenly, I've always wanted to teach school. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Well, it might happen for a little bit. And then they find out. It's about Tony Chase again. Tony Chase is getting his nipples burnt and has now been blackballed by all of his Hollywood contacts thanks to Satellite Woman. So it's Satellite Woman now. Is there a Satellite Man and a Satellite Woman? Is that how that works? Or did Satellite Man, transition? Hey, Thompson, Doug, you should start your day with Obnoxious John's Tony Chase update stream. Okay. So he's found a character for his stream in Tony Chase. So he could chasing Chase, Nodak123, hit the like button. That's right. He says it helps the algorithm. Oh, well, yeah, even more so. But on the other hand, it's also easy to do. Another win for the toe. Yes. There's always another hand. Unless you're Captain Hook, then there's only one. But, yeah. On the other hand, just I can see how this happens. Things go wrong and a relationship goes south. But on the other hand, he's a murderer. I don't know. No, that's right. He's a murderer. It doesn't really matter. That, I don't know. Maybe she was shitty to him, but yeah, both of them. Or he had a type, and he kept chasing after the same woman who made him miserable. But that's on him eventually. I mean, good Lord, you can't just kill her with your knees and then chop her up and put her in a storage unit. I think the second girl was stuck in one of those styrofoam ice chests, It's like, geez. Well, he didn't have any respect for her at all. But I guess that was rather obvious. Hey, Thompson, once you listen to Tony's life, you realize we have the greatest lives. Free of the Satellite Man. Dominic, is that John McAfee? You know what? Oh my God. He's been found. He kind of does. Lost a little bit of weight, I would think. A little bit. But, oh no. Is that what he ended up doing? All right. Now on to the good stuff. Miss Corey, her name is it Kachaya or something? I don't know. She's a Latina, but she lives in Australia. And originally, let me make sure I got this positioned. I didn't like the way it looked the previous one. Let's see, get that part there. All right, that ought to work. So, yes, as I said on the show, of course, is that she was an accountant. So she can count money. And at some point, she noticed that when she had men pay for sex with her, she had more money. And she also noticed a lot of men wanted to have sex with her. And she thought, and well, the rest. And now you know the rest of the story. So she became an escort. That's right. So she'll go to dinner with you and all kinds of stuff like that. You know, you want to pretend, look, my girlfriend and all that crap. But the main thing is the fucking. But, you know, all right, this happens all the time. What's the big deal? Well, there really isn't one. And I think the story is just like advertising this. so she explains her philosophy on this. It says, yes, a lot of her clients are married men. So, oh, well, that's cheating. And she says, no, it's not, because they're not in love. She just rents her orifice out. They rub their pee-pee in the said orifice and pay her for her time. And that's that. And you see, they love their wives, obviously. It's just, you know, hey, maybe the wife's not into it anymore. You know? Or, hey, the wife's not as young as she used to be. Or, hey, the wife is, you know, the same woman. So, you know, you got these escort services where, you know, they're all dolled up to look like Playboy models and stuff like that. Wow, I've always wanted to fuck a centerfold, and now you can. And apparently, this can be arranged if the price is right. And for some of them, it was. So anyway, she's just explaining that hey, it's no big deal, you know. I mean, it's like men don't really cheat unless they fall in love. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes there's love at first sight, you know. It's like, my God, I saw her website and found myself going through the price list and realized that's kind of possible for me. In fact, I could easily conceal it, and so I couldn't help stop thinking about it. So I put it in order, you know, and then we had our night together. Oh my God. It's like I exploded into her, you know, and I can't stop thinking. See, so then he's obsessed with her. He's like, well, that's just obsession. That's not really love. Well, I'm still thinking the wife would be upset. Now, the usual rule is like, look, as long as she never finds out. And what's her face here? Miss Cortez maintains her health. Did you get your shots and all that stuff? Hey, maybe he could keep this rather unknown. You know? So this encourages him to lie to his wife, and well, that's fine, because look, the truth would upset her, and of course, he loves his wife, so he would not want her to get upset. You know, it's that's how the logic works, I guess. Uh, but the motive here is obvious. Her business model is a horny man banging her. But if any of this silly things like morality gets in the way, it's going to. Cost her money, you know. So she's like, look, just don't think of it as cheating. We're not in love. We're just fucking. You know, like I said, she rents out her orifice for that special tickle in your pee-pee. And there you go. It all works out. So that's her philosophical take on her new livelihood. Because I don't know, she just got tired of counting stuff. You know, but man, I wonder if she wore those hot secretary style business outfits, the little jacket and the skirt. That might be something, huh? Probably. But I just like, hey, we need to do a story about some chick rolling around in her underwear and stuff. Yeah, that'll work. Plus, she needs the advertisement. And yeah, but what's the angle here? And she's like, hey, I know. It's not really cheating. It's just fucking. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then you can do a follow up. She doubles down on the claim. And there you go. No, not that one. Right there. There we go. But in the end, it's a living. She did reveal some disturbing story from her past. I know, it's shocking to think something like that could have happened to a woman who chooses this life goal. And but that she was 16, someone choked her during sex, and it was without her consent. But the problem she had with it is that it wasn't discussed previously, So he's like, this left her with the idea that everything should be up front, I guess. And as long as we're all clear on what's going to take place here, it's perfectly fine. And then this led her to other thoughts like, men don't really cheat. They just want to fuck. That's how she figures all that. I did have other options, subject matter, but I just couldn't bring myself to drawing a poor bastard thrown into a septic tank. And there had to have been other places to put the body, but I suspect that was deliberate. And then it come to find out everyone involved was related to one another. That might have been part of the thing, you know. We're family. You can't keep telling these stories about our criminal acts and all that sort of thing. Hey, maybe stop being a criminal. And they got mad. It's sad, you know. Then there was the guy who mighted his wife at the bar because, I don't know, they had some sort of fight. And then told her he wanted her to go home. She said, I'm not going home with you. I'm going home with the bartender. So he went, got a gun, blew her away, and then killed the bartender. Now, she said she was going home with the man. I don't know if they'd been having an affair already, but it's a little late now to try to establish all of that. But she did say she was going to go home with him, so I don't know. I guess something's going on there. But, you know, doesn't really matter. Now, cross reference with this, if she wasn't in love with the bartender, she wasn't really cheating with him. They were just fucking. I guess you could say that. Either way, really screwed up there, you know. And then he's like sitting saying, well, I'm suffering too. I've lost my best friend and the love of my life. Gee, how'd that happen? I murdered her. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you murder people. You do lose them. They don't come back. Yeah. So going forward, I guess a lot of this will be me drawing the news. Unless, you know, some of them I could, you know, possibly do it during the show if my cameras behave. I don't know. You know, and it doesn't matter when it's set up ahead of time, which is what happened. You know, it's like, okay, there we go. And I was checking it out and all that. And then got the link. So go in there. Okay. And at first, everything's fine. You know, well, if I can't do it with the background, I'll just turn it off. But, you know, I was trying and all this stuff. And then nothing. Just gone. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Yeah, she's got sex symbol written on her shirt, but I'll save that for Photoshop. I learned a long time ago. My handwriting stinks, and Photoshop is really good at letters. Yeah. Sometimes I'll still try, you know. Yeah, it's always hilarious watching someone try. All right. That's Miss Cortez. A bit exaggerated, I admit. It's kind of the point. It's supposed to be caricature, not full on portrait. Yeah, I guess that'll work. Oh, yeah, I did the hair wrong here. Well, it doesn't matter. Again, it's autistic interpretation. So, artistic license, which I have one of those. So I can do that because I'm a professional. Don't try this at home. I mean, yeah. Don't have the call girl come to your house. That's nasty. All right, before I take off for Photoshop, let's see what chat is saying. Well, not a whole lot. Not A. Thompson. Life is not so bad. I wake up and still have my teeth, anus, nipples, but no Hollywood contacts. Well, you're better off without them. Come on. A. Thompson. Doug, I watched a little of Nosferatu in the van. Only about 15 minutes of it. A. Thompson. Doug, are you on Reddit? No, I'm not. And I don't intend to be. All right, there we go. So we'll take a little break. I'll play some trailers and whatnot, and come back as I put color to these images of a murderer and a prostitute. Stay tuned.
Women who go to work need sheer pantyhose that don't gather around the ankles or sag around the knees. New Second Skin by Anderson. Second Skin are made from revolutionary bare lycra, so they fit like a second skin all day long. No matter how much bending and stretching your job entails. Second Skin, the first sheer pantyhose that really fit for working girls in any position.
The Crimson Cult. Hedonists of horror.
The devil is not exactly noted for his sense of humor.
A servant of man and the devil.
My brother stayed here, didn't he? What happened to him? Tell me what happened to him! Dead.
A journey into the unknown terrors of the world of black magic.
But we all know the subconscious mind can play strange, sometimes terrifying tricks. The living bridge between this world and the unknown. Turn the witch! Turn
Boris Karloff in his last and most diabolic role.
I've kept the negative of the prints.
Why do you want to do this, Dominique?
Don't let it worry you. You already have enough problems.
Thank you. Thank you, Dominique.
Sure, they're pure pornography, Commissioner. I do what I like when I'm at my place, don't you?
It was such a great pleasure that now you're coming back to pay me.
You pig! Who took them?
A man I met last week. He's real wild.
But what if he sold them?
That'd be great. What publicity?
Undress.
Better take her home. I'll see what I can find out.
Do you mind if I borrow this one?
My dear, it's yours. Take it if you like it.
But where did you get it?
It just came into my possession, you know. Sit down. Sit down.
You stop this or I'll bring in the police, you hear?
I wouldn't advise that. I might let them hear this recording.
And I would ask her for her check. Yes? Photographer.
Peter! Peter! That man!
What is it?
Look!
What is there to say to swear? What is there to say? How I be, you will worry. What is there to say? Why? What is there to say to swear? What is there to say to swear? What is there to say to
You can call me Snagglepuss, and guess what? I'm a Snagglepuss. You can call me Snagglepuss, and guess what? I'm a Snagglepuss.
All right. Well, those were somewhat appropriate. I mean, the pantyhose, it said for whatever position she may take. And in the case of the prostitute, it's going to be quite a few. So, yeah, they need to be capable of mobility and whatnot. Then there's, of course, the satanic cult, because, you know, Satan's always behind all nasty behaviors and whatnot. And then yet again, this, I don't know what the hell that story was supposed to be about, blackmailing this woman into pornography. That's what, crap, I should have gone with that one. Jeez. Yeah, I go and find this and get it ready and I forget. Well, whatever. All right, let's take care of the stupid McAfee. I forget what his name was. Jorgensen or something? I don't know. Anyway, that'll be that. And Boris Karloff in his final role. Yeah. From Frankenstein to, I don't know, some idiot Satan cult. So he has the ears of the devil, just not the horns. Oop, oop, oop. And there we go. Yeah. I mean, you could say I kind of messed up here. Well, no, you wouldn't say you kind of messed up. You messed up. And there's really no arguing the point. No. No, there is not. And he probably always thought, he was going to eventually get around to disposing of the remains. It's just, it's like once he had him in the storage, he just kind of wanted to forget the whole ordeal. But there's things you can't just shove under the rug, You probably have to deal with that. Well, he'd have been caught anyway, I suppose. So this takes it out to the city dump, maybe, or some wooded area hardly no one goes to. But hardly being the operative word here, because eventually someone does. Somebody went fishing or hunting or whatever, and then, hey, what's that? It looks like a foot. Dun dun dun, and then there you go, and they're like, well, we don't know who it is, and that can go for a while. Then eventually, some DNA. Holy crap! It's what's her face? There was some family looking for her or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's probably her. So, well, where was she last? Well, she was living with this guy, and wouldn't you know it, he's still living there. So, and they come, and he gets all mad. Mind your own business, and sets the place on fire. It pretty much unfolds the way it did, just probably a little later. So, I don't know. I guess it all comes down to is he probably shouldn't have killed them, But I don't know. He just decided to take his chances. I don't know if he said any final statements like that other guy that killed his wife and the bartender. It's like, geez, these girls were the love of my life or whatever. And now I got to live alone without them for the rest of my existence. And all that. And, I don't think he would have bothered. Or just, crap, that's not going to work. Let me try something else here. He say, hey, look, it's a combination of things that happened. And do I regret it happening? Well, yeah. I mean, I got to go to prison for it now. So I'm pretty upset about that. And that kind of thing. It's probably not the statements they'd want to hear. To say, hey, is there any remorse or anything here? That kind of thing. It's just, well, I got to live with the rest of my life. With the reality knowing that, the love of I guess loves of his life. I don't know. I mean, it's just when a relationship goes south, he just kills them. I don't know if it's like severe jealousy to the point of, if I can't have you, no one can. I don't know. But ultimately, you can't argue any sense of remorse there, because the statement, this would have been the husband and the bartending killing. This guy pretty much fessed up to it when it was all said and done. I mean, especially the second girl. It's like, yeah, I killed her. Are you happy now? Now you know my big secret. Probably had that kind of attitude. Huh. Mustache and goatee. And that thing, I don't know. I guess the eyes are brown, huh? Oh, it almost looks green there. Well, maybe so. Let's see, one of these. Maybe that. I don't know. Oops. Oh no, he's really a demon or some shit. And then, oops, jeez Louise. All right. Good enough. I mean, we really want to go all out for a murderer. Let's see here. There we go. So, and of course, to be fair, in the mugshot, probably not particularly happy that day. His attitude might have, changed a little bit since then. You know what? Thinking about everything, yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. Probably. Ooh. There you go. The police beat me up because I resisted arrest. What's this? Oh, jeez. The eye of death is upon you. There we go. Just because I set the place on fire and I wouldn't obey their instructions. Oops. He's got these larks around there. I don't know what the hell that is. Yeah. Maybe do another one. Yeah. Like that. Oops. And then, little by little, there we have it. Ah, yes. We do want to make sure the wounds of the beating are depicted well. There is a few more up here. Yeah. Ew. Ew. That's probably enough time on this asshole. Let's see. Flant. And the crop. The crop too. I don't even. We'll go with that. There we go. So, there, that's that asshole. So long. And now, our prostitute. Jeez. This is terrible. I did a terrible job on this. But again, it's very hard to do with that camera in the way. No matter how many ways I put it here and there, man, it's God, that almost makes it look like she's got some kind of messed up eye or whatever. Wow, that makes her almost accessible. Yeah. Well, whatever. Dun, 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 dun. You can call her Snagglepuss. Snagglepuss. And guess what? Oh, man. There we go. Damn. Yeah. Oh my God, there's flesh in your eye. Well, a light got into her eye, I'm sure. Perhaps caused a condition. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Good enough. Don't it make our blue eyes? Don't it make our blue eyes brown? There we go. Don't want the faded one. Okay. It's bright red. Back in my day, the hookers wore bright red t-shirts, and we liked it. Okay. Is it still in the? Yeah, it is. Ooh. Damn it. There we go. Oh yeah. Alrighty. Oh, wait a minute. Why did I do it like that? That don't make no sense. There. So, even if you're married, you can have sex with this woman because it's not cheating unless you're in love with her. But she sure as hell ain't in love with you. That's the moral of the story. There. All right. When in doubt, black it out. Yeah, that's an artistic tip and an old lesson from Mother Goose. Oh, yeah, a lot of dandruff. Good Lord. Oops. Eh. All right. Oh, yeah. I think they're blue with some sort of design on them, but it's getting late and my hand keeps turning numb. Alrighty. Whoops. And now to give the hair shine and body. Yes. Yeah. Oops, oops, oops. All right. Oops. Oh, yeah, I forgot. They're all the same dumb layer. Alright. No, that's. There we go. Well, you get the deal. Pussy for sale, it's pussy for sale. Nothing but hole as well. Do 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 do. All right, there we go. One killer, one hoe. Yeah, he's the worst of the two. I mean, look, you make your choices. You know, what are you gonna do? All right, that's all there is for the chat. So, thanks for watching, and I'll do another one probably tomorrow night, depending on what candidates for art occur during the stories we discuss on Pat's show. Yeah. It's kind of like Crime Report a little bit, except there's more piano in it. And it involves stories from all over the world. I mean, mostly in the U.S. and this tonight's show, but went all the way to India. And for the poor guy who ended up in the, septic tank. That's no way to end. But, well, he did. All right. Well, thanks again. And I'll do this again soon. Oh, jeez, this takes forever. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right. Have a good night.